This is the intro jingle. This is the K-pop Devok show with Eric Nam. Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the K-pop Devok show. We have a special guest here today. Her name is Alexa. Yay! Hi, Alexa.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great, actually. I'm doing pretty great.
Are you doing swell?
I'm doing pretty spiffy.
Spiffy, pretty
spiffy.
spiffy. Okay,
Pretty
all right. Well, welcome to the show. This is your first time on the show.
It is.
Which is wild because I feel like you should have been here already.
You'd really think so, but I started with Hadig, so
Yeah, I mean, good for you.
Thanks.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I'm enjoying listening to you and Jay agree and disagree.
That's all it is, really.
Right?
Oh,
but
gosh.
welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Have you listened to the show before?
I have, yeah, of course.
What have you listened to? What did you find that was like, oh, this is, or like, was there an episode that you were like, oh, this is cool, or not?
I mean, before I got onto Hadig, I kind of did a little background research on Everything Dive,
Yeah.
and I listened to each podcast 1 or 2 times, and then as the show's been progressing, I've been listening to it more, so.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the show. We're excited to have you. If you don't know Alexa, she's a badass, kick-ass solo artist here in Korea. And we're going to get to know her a little bit better because you may know her from her music or from How Did I Get Here with Jay and Alexa. But if you don't, this is how you get to know her.
There we go.
Yeah. We're going to go ahead and jump right into the facts. So you were born
Yes.
in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yes.
Why? I'm not hating on Tulsa. I'm all about
Why?
Tulsa. I'm just explain to me why, how, who, what?
That's the first time someone's asked me, why were you born in Oklahoma? And not like, oh, you were born in... Why?
Yeah. No,
Why?
why? Yeah.
Well, that's the funny thing. See, my mom is originally from Korea, but
Okay.
she was adopted when she was 5 into a very American Southern family in like Guyman, Texas, Amarillo, that area.
All right.
And then my dad's originally from Queens, New York.
Okay.
And then he moved to Tulsa for work. And then I met my mom through a dating service.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of weird how my parents ended up in Tulsa, of all places. But
Yeah.
that's how I was created
Okay.
there. So,
All right.
yeah.
There we go. Now it makes sense. So your mother was adopted at a young age.
Yes, 5 years
All right.
old.
That's cool. Because I was like, I thought without any context, like, okay, well, if your mom was Korean, maybe she was born here, lived here, and then she said, I'm going to move to Tulsa. But now we know. Now we know. And your Korean name is Kim Seri.
Yes.
And how did that come about?
Well, that's the thing, because my mom has a Korean name, of course,
Uh-huh.
because, I've seen her birth certificate and her adoption papers. And then, being here, it's kind of like, I don't know, I feel like I needed one because, coming back to the motherland, I'm like, okay,
Uh-huh.
I feel like I need to, fit in a bit more. So I asked my Korean friends and my staff to help me decide on a name. And so I was like knighted Kim Seri. So
Well, nitrous Kim Seri. Is there a female word of knight? Or is knight like unisex?
knight is probably just unisex.
I mean, that's something you guys should dive into on How Did I Get Here. I'm just saying.
Yep.
Okay, so tell me about Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've never
Okay.
been. I don't know anything about it.
Word.
Brag to us
Okay.
about how cool Tulsa is.
Okay, let's see. Most people don't know Tulsa.
No.
Like when I say I'm from Tulsa, they're like, where? And I say Oklahoma. And some
Uh-huh.
people are like, oh, like Oklahoma City Thunder. The basketball
Right.
game. The basketball game?
The basketball game.
The team, yeah. And so that's how I associate. But people that don't know Oklahoma or Tulsa, I'm always like, Texas, right? They're like, yeah. And like, it's the state above Texas. They're like, oh, Texas is hat. Okay.
Yeah.
But like Tulsa itself, I don't know. I mean, being born and raised there for 21 years, it's a really quaint city. I mean, because Oklahoma is Oklahoma, people always like, oh my gosh, you're a country girl, aren't you?
Oklahoma in the rain. Sorry.
It's all good. But no, like it's
not deep south.
right.
But it's kind of south. A little bit.
Yeah, it's still an urban place though, I'd
Okay.
say. But yeah, I mean, I did swimming lessons there as a kid. I did ballet as a kid. I did pom, show choir and stuff in high school. Like there's just a lot of really pretty places in Tulsa. There's good nature, good parks and everything.
Yeah.
But I will say compared to Korea, there's not a lot of places to go and do things.
Right.
It's like the mall and arcade, the bowling alley, and that's it.
I feel like that's most of America.
Yeah, but Tulsa especially.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's probably not the hippest place,
Yeah, it's
maybe.
not. It's
Yeah.
really not though, but it's
it
nice.
does have a cool name. Oklahoma.
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But what was it like for you growing up? I mean, how was it? I mean, I'm not. What's the proper word? Like hapa? Is that the proper word?
I guess.
Okay, mixed.
Yeah.
I mean, your mother is Korean.
Right.
Your father is of Russian.
Caucasian, yes.
He's white.
Yes, my dad's white.
So you were half white, half Asian.
Mhm.
What was that like growing up in Oklahoma? Was that like did people see you as the Asian girl or the token Hapa girl? Or were you like, whatever, you know?
That's a really interesting question because how people perceive me has definitely changed over the years because living in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I was subjected to racism quite a bit. I was seen as Asian living there. And so, whether it's just people on the street or people that came into my workplace, like I remember one place where I worked, I quit because my boss had constantly made like under the table Asian racist comments to me, said like some slander word about my eyes as a joke. And I was just like, you're so funny. I quit. Goodbye.
Yeah.
And then, my dad told me there's this one time he was taking me to the supermarket when I was like a baby. And so he's pushing me around the cart. And then this older lady comes to him and says, "Oh, is that your child?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then she's like, "Well, don't you know it's a sin to mix the races?" And so,
oh my God.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes with another
God.
plane. So, I mean, I feel like growing up, I associated with being Asian more because that's what my appearance was. But I was never culturally in touch. So I kind of, I'm sure if you ask a lot of mixed people this, you kind of always feel like it's an identity crisis. You don't know where you belong. Because my dad's a white American. My mom's Korean. I looked more Asian than I looked Caucasian. But then I didn't know where I felt because I didn't have any cultural relation to Korea. I knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
My mom didn't know anything. That's not her fault, of course. But, so I couldn't learn the language or anything about the culture growing up. I only knew middle white America. So, I mean, meh. But then it's interesting, though, because coming here, like, even
it's
like
the other way.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, some people here don't perceive me as just white. They know I'm racially ambiguous, but they always ask, like, what are you?
What
exactly. It's kind of hard to tell, though, with some mixed people. Like,
yeah.
It's just interesting how that's changed. But I mean, again, growing up in Tulsa, it was fun. When I was a kid, we played with the other kids in the neighborhood and everything. Yeah. Like I said, I did swimming classes, dance classes, this, that, the other. It was a very quaint, very fun and joyful childhood, I guess.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So how did you end up being a little girl in Oklahoma? Oh, by the way, do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have a younger brother.
Your younger brother. How old is he?
That's a great question. He's cool.
Oh, so he's 3 years younger.
He's 22. 22, yeah. Not Korean years, like regular.
Normal people years.
American years, yeah.
Yes.
22.
And is he a student or what does he do?
He is currently a student. He's working on getting his degree, but he also does a lot of gaming in the free time. He has a Twitch channel.
Hey.
I don't know what it is, though, so I can't plug it.
I mean, okay, that's cool. So you have a brother, you have mom and dad. You guys are this nice little family in Tulsa, Oklahoma, just doing your thing. And then you're like, yo, I'm going to Korea. What happened? How did this work out?
That's a good question. Oh my gosh, my backstory is so complicated, actually. Oh my gosh, so like, how did I wind up coming to Korea?
Yeah, because I'm literally looking at this and you won all these competitions and all these different things.
Yes.
But like, what, how, why? Yes. You know?
Yes.
You know what I mean.
I know you know.
There's this, I'm looking at the stats here.
Right.
And it's a lot. But it's just, okay, so how did you get to be in Korea? Okay. What is your story?
All right, so if we're going to go with the kind of simple long story short. So I got into Korea, into K-pop in 2008 through my best friend in school.
Okay.
We were in Chinese class together. And our teacher said, okay, let's do a project over Chinese pop culture, pick a partner. So she picked me because we were already friends in class. And she's like, do you know who Henry from Super Junior is? And I was like, who from the what?
The what?
And so I went over to her house and she showed me like Super Junior M. And so she showed me that, talked about Henry, and we did the project over Henry. But then she took away the M and then showed me like Super Junior and then like Shiny and Hyuna and Sonyeoshide and everything like that. So that got my interest peaked immediately. And then, I was always into it and everything. And then when I started high school, I started doing dance covers on social media.
Okay.
That's where that started. And then I built a fan base for myself of about 60,000 people on my social media.
Oh, wow.
And then in 2016, one of my friends, she submitted a video to this competition called Rising Legends. And so I was like, what is? How do?
Ooh.
And so she told me, it's like, oh, it's a competition for like singing, dancing, and rap. It's a K-pop covered thing. The winner gets a like Skype audition with JYP.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, okay, I'm in. So I submitted my video. I made it past first, second, third round, and I wound up the number one winner of the dance category that year. So I had a Skype interview with Jip. Oh, I neglected to mention the year before, 2015. I think it was right when I started college. I flew to Toronto, Canada to audition for JYP in person, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then 2017, same competition happened. I won the dance category again. But that year, I got the most votes overall. So I was like,
So you're like the best. Okay. Oh, we get it.
I did not say that. But the winner that year got a chance to go to Korea for a week and audition for Cube in person.
Oh.
And so when I got the call saying I won, they were saying, hey, we're also going to be filming like a mini reality series with JRE. Do you know JRE? And I was like, yeah, it's your boy JRE. And they said, would you be interested in coming a week earlier to film the reality and then, do whatever else the next week?
Yeah.
And of course I said, sure. So I flew to Korea. I filmed with Zany Bros. They're the ones who filmed it, and that's how they found me. Because in that reality series, I recorded my own song and we filmed the music video and everything. So that is how Zany Bros found me.
Okay.
And that was in November 2017. So I had gone back home, and then I hadn't heard back from the Cube audition yet. And then I got a call in December. Literally, I think it was like a few weeks before my birthday or something. But they're like, hey, we have the news about Cube and everything. And, of course, I do not get in. But they're like, but Zany Bros is interested in you. How would you feel about becoming the first trainee and then trying to go on to produce? And so I heard this and I was like, a surprised Pikachu face. I was like, what? Oh, me?
Mm-hmm.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, you. Yeah.
It's me. Like, because the thing is, the CEO of Zany Bros, he's been wanting to create an entertainment label for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Because they've been making videos for so long.
Everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, we literally film everybody A to Z. So it's just like, why not make our own label? And so I said yes. Well, I mean, I said yes. My parents still needed to like think about it. Even though I'm an adult, it's still their child's life. So
Yeah.
meh. And then they sent over a contract, I believe. Read that, signed that, and then January 2018, I came to Korea again for 2 days. I flew in, did the first audition for Produce, and then went back home the next day. And then I think 2 weeks later, they said I passed. And so middle of February, I came back to Korea again, had a day to rest, had a day to practice, did the audition, went back the next day.
Man, you kept flying back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
That's so crazy.
Oh, yeah, it was fun, though.
Yeah.
And then I heard I passed that. And so I came back to Korea for the third audition. Originally, I was only supposed to be here for like a week to wait it out and then go back home and see what happens. And then I think it was like 2 days before I was supposed to go back home. I was taking the subway home from, I guess, just hanging out with friends. And my staff calls me and they're like, you got in to Produce. And I was on the subway, so I was like, what? Huh? And they're like, you got in to Produce. And I couldn't like yell or anything. I was in the subway. Just
Right. Yes. So if you are not watching, she's doing a freak dance right now.
I'm doing a freak dance right now. And so instead of going home, I only had like a week's worth of clothing with me. But my company kept me here. And then I moved in with some people for a while and stayed with them, trained with them for a bit. And then Produce started. And then...
So for people who are listening who don't know what she's talking about, Produce, it's Produce...
Oh, yeah. Produce 48.
48.
Yes, 48.
Okay, Produce 48. So that is, was that the third season? What season is this?
That was the
third
season of Produce. Third season.
Third season.
Yes, because it was girls and guys and girls.
Okay, so it's Produce. It's like the Produce 101 series that has like IOI and
right
101, et cetera, et cetera. So, okay. So you were part of that.
Yes.
So were you signed to Zany Bros at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
I through the auditions, I was already signed to Zany because I don't think I could have gone in like Kane by myself because I had no affiliations out here. So I was already signed to Zany when I started doing the auditions.
Okay. So this is 2018?
Very beginning of 2018.
So by the time you're done with Produce, then when did your first album come out? This seems like such a short time span of you doing a lot of different things. So in a little more than 2 years right now, almost 3 years, your
Yes.
life has completely changed.
Oh yeah, completely changed.
So many questions.
That tends to be how it is.
Like when you debuted,
Mhm.
what was that like to debut as a solo art, as an official artist, the first artist under Zaini?
Oh my gosh, that was an experience from like trainee days till the announcement of me getting able to debut. Like, I mean, I trained literally every day in a studio. I had like weekly evaluations and everything. And, for the longest time, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to debut. Like, I was really struggling at some times and like with the language. And then, my skill set wasn't exactly improving as fast as I wanted it to. So I was, nah. And then, there were several factors that played into, will she be able to debut or not? And then when the news was finally broken to me, here's how it went down. Here's how it went down for anybody that doesn't know, because I don't think I've shared this a lot. So I go to the company and I'm with our lovely creative director, Angelina Foz.
Hey.
And she's like, oh, Mr. Kim wants to talk to you. He wants to have a meeting. And I was like, okay, like what about? And like in my head, I'm like, okay, anxiety, calm. You don't know what it's about yet, just calm.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I've never seen him look this serious before. So in my head, I'm like, did I do something wrong?
I'm going back to Tulsa.
We're getting there. So I walk into the office and, he sits me down and, he's like, oh, like, how have you been doing? How's practice been? And then it's kind of like, well, do you think you're improving? And it's like, how many people have debuted from the Produce franchise? Like, what is your worth test in the company and everything? And they showed me the video of this the other day because I didn't know. They were like filming secretly, like on the side. And so I'm holding back tears this whole time. Like, please don't say anything to me bad.
Yeah.
And then he hands me this envelope. And he says, in this envelope, there's a contract that you got to sign. It's going to completely nullify the Alexa name. It's going to basically like cancel all debut plans. And it's going to guarantee you like a flight back home. And so I was just like, what did I do? I'm like, man, I suck. I'm a failure. And so I get handed the envelope. I reach inside to pull out the contract. But it is not a contract. It's a piece of paper that says, congrats, you're debuting.
Oh, that's so mean. That is so mean.
And I was bawling. Oh
That's so messed up. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, this is why they're a creative agency, right? They just like to
So that's very
flip
zany
things
bros.
on their head.
Well, the thing is, that's very zany bros. Like, being in this company for as long as I have now, I realized they're a very fun, like, playful and loving company. Like, I love my company so much. But that was just like, ooh.
Yeah.
You got me.
Man.
Ooh.
That's brutal.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So that's how the debut plan came about. And then, we got the choreography and we had to make, like, so many, like, sujang, corrections to it because we wanted to make it harder. So we did a few corrections and I practiced with the team and then we decided the hair color, the outfits and everything. And it was just a process. And I still can't believe I'm doing what I'm doing at the moment. It still doesn't hit me.
What has kind of been the most surreal moment in your career so far?
That's a really good question. Well, I think it was literally 3 weeks after I debuted. I went to Singapore for this like K-pop thing called Camp. And a lot of other artists went there, like Chang'a, NCT and everything. They all went there. And that was my first abroad performance since debut. And then, that arena sat 10,000 people. So that was a very surreal moment for me. It's like, okay, I'm standing solo on this stage with my dancers. This is my stage. 10,000 people. I debuted.
Kind of crazy.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you took it in stride. Have you met Henry yet?
I have not.
Oh.
That's the thing.
What are you going to do when and if you meet him?
Sir, you are the reason I am in K-pop. Nice to meet you. I did a project over you in my 8th grade Chinese class.
Do you want to go ahead and send him a message here? And I'm pretty sure we can get it to him.
Hi, my man. My name's Alex. You don't know me yet, but I know about you because I did a project over you in my 8th grade Chinese class. Let's get it.
All right, Henry. Now you know you have girls who are doing projects about you in middle school.
Yep.
I guess one thing that I realized about your music and your music videos is obviously one of the great benefits of you being under Zaini Bros is that they are... Okay, so for people who don't know, Zaini Bros shoots a buttload of music videos. They've shot 2 of mine. I shot with them a few weeks ago for a different like endorsement thing. They're everywhere. And I feel like all of the cool stuff that they've learned and that they can do, they like poured into your stuff.
Yep.
So you look like a character from The Matrix meets Star Wars in all of your music videos.
Heck yeah.
Which is incredible. Like, I'm so jealous about that. And we have to talk about your new album. Yeah. And I just saw a little bit of the trailer.
The trailer, yeah.
And it's so badass.
Thank you.
How involved are you in like the song selection, the songwriting, the creative process, and what are your thoughts on it?
That's actually something I'm very like proud to talk about because ZB label, Zany Bros, they're very open-minded and they're very welcoming of my opinions and everything. So I mean, I get to stir my hands in the pots every now and then. You know, I don't have the final say in. Yeah. But you know, I can contribute. Like, hey, I think this hair color would be good, or like, you know, like when they show me the songs in advance and see how I react to them and everything, or like, I actually lived with. I love the creative director, Angelina Foss, for about a year and a half. And so that was what I would call a field study. She studied what I liked, what I didn't like, how I reacted to certain things. And she knows that I really love things that are like sci-fi, things that are really dark and like that kind of fictional stuff. And so that really played a big part into creating the whole Alexa universe, the Alexa concept. And also things that I like. I mean, I love The Matrix. I love Resident Evil, Star Wars, things like that. And so that also gets put into the patchwork of making everything that we do.
That's super cool. I mean, I don't really know so much about the Alexa universe, but when it comes to Alexa, there's Alex, there's Alexa.
Right.
Do you think of it as like all in one, or are you playing a character? Is it, because I mean, a lot of idol groups, right? Even EXO, they are supposed to be from like
superpower.
Everybody has, you know, a billion superpowers in different planets. And are you playing a little bit into that? Like, I think that's kind of something that I'm curious in understanding.
I mean, I feel like if you ask any of my staff or anybody that's done like even like this kind of thing before, people will say Alexa is very different from Alex. That's the thing, because I mean, I'm comfortable, so I'm chill right now. But normally, I'm a very shy person.
Really?
Oh yeah, and I'm insufferably awkward as well.
No,
yes.
I don't believe you, but okay, I'll take your word.
So I mean, you know, there's shy Alexa that, you know, won't approach a person because I'm like, you are significantly taller than I, you scare me. So there's that. But then with Alexa, I mean, yeah, in line with this whole concept thing we have, you know, I am playing a character when I'm on stage, when I'm doing a music video. I mean, it's still me, but it's like, you know, I take all of the best qualities of Alex. Like I take the confidence, I take the strength, the whatever badassery we can continue, put that into Alexa.
Yeah.
And like also with, you know, the guidance of our staff and everything, you know, especially when we're filming, it's like, you know, how would Alexa react to this situation? Like not Alex, but how would Alexa react to the situation? Yeah. So yeah, there's that.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Cool. So on that note, congratulations on your comeback.
Thank you.
This is your second EP?
Yes, second EP.
Please tell us about it.
Absolutely.
Inform us on it.
Okay, so it is called decoherence, which is a physics thing. Basically, it's just when, you know, chaos, like a black hole, that's a decoherence kind of thing in physics.
Okay.
So chaos. Basically within the Alexa timeline, one of the main reasons why it's called decoherence is because in this last chapter in the trilogy saga that has been going on since my debut, basically this is, you know, Alexa creating chaos within the evil ZB corporation that kidnapped her, and, you know, she escaped, and now she's like, I'm gonna seek my revenge, gonna take back the hive mind and all the intelligence. But yeah, it's a very epic saga we've got going on. This is gonna be a really good closer to it. The album itself has 7 tracks.
That's like a full album. That's not an EP.
Well, 7 tracks, but like there's only 4, but there's instrumentals and English versions of songs. So.
Okay. EP. I see what you're doing.
EP, correct? Yeah. 5. Oh, yes, I can't count. Incredible.
It's cool. You know, I can't count either. My math, I can't even speak. My math is really bad.
My math is really
I was supposed to say my math is really bad.
It's okay.
So you have 5 songs.
Right. So we have the pre-release that came out in July called Villain. We have a song called Burnout, which is like a powerful, kind of like saucy, kind of like R&B song. Saucy. We got Revolution, which is the title track.
All right.
We have my fan song, which is called Moon and Back. And then we have the English version of Revolution as well.
Revolution.
And then also the instrumental for Villain and for Revolution.
Okay, so Revolution is the title track.
Yes.
All right, what is that song about?
Well, it's about the revolution.
Oh.
Not the French one, but just the revolution.
Just the revolution.
The revolution of the mind. Because, the concept for this one is like, this is when Alexa is becoming more self-aware and everything. So it's a literal revolution of the mind. Like, okay, this is what I'm set out to do.
Uh-huh.
So within the music video itself, I mean, it's whack. It took 4 days to film.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
4 days?
Yeah, not consecutively, thank God. But
still.
We did one day, then we finished at like 7 a.m. I got to rest the rest of the day, but then we started the next day at 6 a.m. But the first day we started at 3 in the morning, so.
That's like, that's insane. I'm also jealous because I have to cram mine into one day all the time. And I'm like, I hate everybody as I do it. Because it's just tough. Music video is just tough.
Oh,
but,
very much so. Very.
But I heard you also were injured this time. What happened?
Yeah. Well, thank
God. And are you okay?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Fantastic.
You're
right
good.
now.
What
Fantastic.
happened though?
Injured, so to say. Nothing like super like fatal or anything. Clearly.
Yeah.
But so there's a scene in the music video, as I'm sure you've seen, where I'm running past this tunnel and there are explosives going off on my right side.
That looked painful.
Yeah.
Or was it CG or was it real?
Oh, no, that was real.
That was real?
That was real. Ladies and gents, we do not do CG for stunts and stuff. That is all real.
Sheesh.
So what had happened basically was, I was running through this tunnel. There were 4 cannons set up on my right side, and someone was manually detonating them as I ran past them, right? The first 2 runs of that went smooth, no problem whatsoever. And then the last 3 runs we did, they were accidentally misfired, and so I got hit like 5 times or so.
Ow.
Of course, the thing is, though, the stuff in the cannons, it was safe, though. They wouldn't have exposed me to these kind of stunts if it was actually dangerous.
Actually walls and rocks and boulders exploding.
Bye,
yeah.
I quit. Bye. But, inside the cannons, I think it was some kind of not flour. No, flour? Flour? Miracado? Yeah. Flour and really dense chunks of corkboard.
Oh.
Yeah. So, you might be looking at like a push pin board. Like, yeah, that's corkboard. But think about it in chunks flying at you really fast and really hot.
It's called a tree. Yeah, pretty much.
A tree.
Yeah.
But, I got, my leg was completely bruised up to, my ribs,
man.
my shoulder. I got hit my chin, my cheekbone, my temple.
So everywhere.
Basically.
Man.
But it's all good. The thing is, it scared me. The main thing was that it scared me. It wasn't the fact that it was loud. It's the fact that it hit me. I was not expecting that. So I was like, oh, good morning, Baltimore. Let's just keep running.
Well, now we know that you could be Mission Impossible, take over for Tom Cruise in the future.
Interesting you say
I'm
that.
Just saying.
Because when we did Do or Die before, my staff's joke was like, okay, this time you're the Sigourney Weaver of K-pop. But then with Revolution, they're like, okay, now you're the Tom Cruise of K-pop.
There you go.
So it was a fun time. I would do it over again.
It's such a good music video.
Thank you.
It's an incredible music video. I feel like what you and your team are doing in terms of just building out a universe and telling stories and songs through an incredible medium. Not only through choreography, but also because visually it's so incredible. If you guys haven't seen it, I definitely recommend you guys go check it out. But I guess beyond this universe, after this trilogy, what do you want to do next? Are you is it continuing on, or is it okay, this is closing the first chapter and there's a new Alexa, which is a Katy Perry Alexa where you do fireworks and plastic bags. I don't know. What's going on?
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag?
Every day.
Word. No, but the thing is, so what's Alexa gonna do next? Well, what she's literally gonna do next is at the end of the music video, as I'm sure you saw, there's a part where another Alexa appears clad in armor with a sword. And that's cluing into the next chapter, because this door has now closed, but then about 20,000 others have just now opened. Because the whole deal with the Alexa universe is multiple Alexas can exist in one plane of existence.
Oh my God.
Multiverse.
This is Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Just saying.
But in the future, what would I personally like to do? I would like to do something super gory, super dark. Or something just super classy and sexy.
Saw. Oh, wait. You want blood?
Yeah, I do.
In the sexiest way possible.
Well,
so you
separately.
want American Horror Story is what you're telling me. That's what I'm getting here.
Vic's voodoo doll, that kind of thing. I want to do that, but 10 times more extreme.
Okay, I think that's called How to Get Away with Murder. Or something like
house.
Or Saw. But you know what? It would be new because nobody's really done that extreme. I think what's cool about what you do is conceptually you take things to an extreme, which is really, really cool.
We do. We are very extra over it, Zany.
Which is great. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see the sexy, cool side, or we'll see the gory, bloody Halloween side.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Only time will tell.
Indeed.
After you defeat yourself in the next chapter.
Again, yeah.
Yeah. When talking about K-pop, what are some K-pop songs or artists that you are listening to these days?
Okay.
And who are you just like fan of?
Let's see. What am I listening to nowadays? I will say I updated some Jessie in my library.
Okay.
I do love her. She's a queen. As well as Dawn, his new album.
Yeah.
It's just so good. The artistry of it's just the flavor. I'm really waiting for Hyunna's comeback though, because she's been my queen since day one.
We have a P Nation stan right here.
Well, actually,
nothing wrong with it, but you just listed every artist from P Nation except for Crush
and I like Hayes.
Well, see, there you go. So a P Nation. Do you have P Nation like tattooed on your left thigh or something?
Maybe.
Just okay. Right.
Maybe.
I have it on my right thigh, so I was just,
we could have been twinning.
We could have been twinning, but you put it on the wrong leg. That's what happened.
I'm a disappointment. I'm sorry. But I mean, and then also, it's like I said, I've loved Hyunna since day one, so I had like all of her old stuff too. Like she was one of my main female role models in K-pop. I really like listening to ATEEZ. I love their discography.
Who would you love to meet that you have not met yet?
That's a good question. That's a really good question.
Have you met Hyunna?
No, not yet.
Have you met Jessie?
No.
Have you met Dawn?
No.
Have you met Hayes?
No.
Okay. Who have you met? We'll go with this. Who have you met where you're like, oh my God?
Well, when I debuted and I was at L Music Bank, I ran into Day 6 and I was like, oh my God. No, because like the thing is, that's the first time I've ever seen Jay at like Pangsong before. Because I just debuted, but like, and when I inside in Korean, he made fun of me. He's like, I never heard you speak Korean before. I'm like, what am I supposed to do at this point? Like,
how did you guys get to know each other?
I met him through the YouTuber Form of Therapy.
Oh, okay.
They went to high school together, and so when I first came to Korea, his name is also Jay, and he was just like, "Yo, do you need friends?" I was like, "Please." Yeah. And he's like, I'm friends with Jay from Day 6. Do you want me to like hook y'all up? And I was like, a homie.
So that's how you guys became friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So Day 6, you met and you freaked out.
I actually, the same day though, because when I debuted, I promoted at the same time as Ace. So the thing is, I really loved Ace since like when they were pre-debut and they were just busking.
Oh.
Because they're incredible dancers. And so I really, really respect them for that. And I really look up to them. And so whenever we had gone to do like the Insa thing and like album exchange, when I was promoting, I had those big clunky boots. And so I didn't want to wear them the whole time. So I have Crocs and they say yeet on one side. And so I'd put those on to go Insa. I didn't realize I had them on. And so, you bow and then I saw my feet and I was like, oh.
I have yeet on my feet.
Great first impression, Alex. But they were very nice and they complimented my dancing. So I was like,
thank you.
But yeah.
All right.
Ace has been a big one for me.
There you go. So, well, hopefully you can meet Jessie or Hyunna, or is it just Dawn now? I don't know.
Dawn. Hey, Dawn, what's going on? What's going on?
What is like a dream for you? Like, what is your goal? What would you love to do? What do you want to achieve as a musician or an artist?
Great question. That's a great question because, like, I guess artist-wise, I feel like every artist could say this, but I would love to, like, go across the globe and literally just meet my fans wherever I can because, fortunately, the majority of my fans are global. So, that would give me a great opportunity to go see the world and meet incredible people doing so.
Yeah.
So that's a major one. Also just be a role model for someone that they can look up to because if at the end of the day, if I can give someone strength, if I can give them confidence, that's all I care about. But then also through being an artiste in Korea, I would hope that someday when I become a little bit more well-known, that somehow somebody somewhere takes interest in me, looks me up, sees my mom as a thing, and is like, oh my God, that's our family. I want to find my family in Korea. I don't know my family in Korea.
So you don't know anybody?
I do not have any connection to my family in Korea whatsoever.
Wow.
So that would be something I hope to achieve through my career. But
okay, well, I hope that works out.
Thank you.
And we'll be rooting for you. And You got to update us on if
I
and
will.
when that happens.
Will do.
I think it'd be really cool. So let's just put it out into the universe. Put it out into the universe. So we have some questions for you from your fans because I know you have to run off. But before you go, we have questions for you. So if you guys ever want to send us messages, you guys can text us at 310-564-1030. That's a U.S. number. So if you're in U.S. and Canada, it's +1 310-564-1030. And you can send us messages here at the Dive Studio. So this is from Julie in Bloomington, Illinois. Question for Alexis. What are you most excited for your fans to see this comeback? Comeback.
Yes. What am I most excited for my fans to see this
I
comeback?
mean, a lot. But like, is there like one thing that you're like, you have to look at this?
That is a fantastic question. I mean, the whole music video itself is a spectacle, and I really hope, the live stages are enjoyed as well. But specifically within the music video, I hope that people really pay attention to all of the action scenes we've done with the fighting, the wire work, the explosives, the underwater things. Like, that, took a toll on my body. I was so tired. It was so much fun, though. So, I hope you guys show love to that, not just the songs. So,
there you go.
Yeah.
This is from Allie in Dallas, Texas. Is your favorite Korean variety show? Which one would you want to appear on?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, honestly, I don't know if I have a specific favorite, so to say, but I mean, if I could see myself on one, it's definitely Running Man.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely Running Man.
I mean, you just kind of run around and then you just action trick and fly and kick people and just win.
Basically.
I think that would what it would be. This is from Buffy in Seattle, Washington. How long does it take for you to learn a dance routine or choreo?
Well, if we're kind of just referring in general, it's like, if I have like the video of the choreography, whether it's for a cover or something else, I can learn it within a day.
What?
It's not going to be perfect, though. That's the thing. Like,
what?
I can learn like the skeleton of it, and then I'll grab the details later. But my important thing is when I learn a dance, I learn the skeleton and then I add the details in. But then for Revolution, for example, I got the xian.
Like the draft.
The draft,
Yeah.
And so I got that ahead of time. So I got to look at it. I got to practice, just do Keinyonsu for a few days before I started doing lessons. I only had 2 lessons with the instructor. And then before we filmed the music video, I only had 2 practices with the dance team. So that was
what?
Yeah.
How are you? You're not human, are you?
I'm an AI. She's
it doesn't
an
make
AI.
sense.
She is an AI.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So really fast, essentially.
Very fast, yeah.
That's amazing. I'm very jealous. And speaking of really fast, we have a really fast game to play. It's called Speed Quiz.
Okay.
All right. It's trivia, and we play against each other. No, sorry. And we do not play against each other. We play on one team together, setting the. There you go. High School Musical.
Yes.
Let's see. Who is the current record holder? Do you guys know? Was it Nikun and I? It was 20 something.
Oh.
Or 18. Jesse and I did not do very well. I think Nikun and I did about close to 20 or so.
Oh, man.
But it's okay because we're on the same team.
Okay.
We can try to figure it out.
We got this.
Together. We're all in this together. Once we know that we are.
All in this together.
Hey.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, Miss Diane.
If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. Bring it on.
Oh, man. Okay.
All right, we're waiting for the timer. We are putting
3 minutes
on the clock.
Oh, 3 minutes?
All right.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Si se puede.
Si se puede.
Si se puede. Let's go, dale. Woo.
Spanish King. Spanish King. Okay.
3, 2, 1. How many cubes make up one Rubik's Cube?
How many cubes?
Oh, is it? Oh, wait.
Oh, no.
Wait, hold up. 4. Is
I'm
it?
so bad at this.
How many
64?
cubes make up one Rubik's Cube?
64? No.
Wrong.
Oh,
How many faces are there?
How many cubes? Which is
I
a
don't
3D
know.
way to describe.
Wait, so that's
a
volume.
square.
So it's length times
haven't
width
done
times
this.
height, right? Because that's how you do volume, isn't it?
You're getting there.
Wait.
27.
Wait a second.
You got it. Spell your English name backwards, each of you.
My full name?
No, your stage name.
Okay. Axela.
CIRE.
Yes. It took me a minute. In the Disney movie Aladdin, what's the name of the song that Aladdin and Jasmine sing on the magic carpet?
A whole new world.
What does
Oh my
10
God.
to the power of 10 equal?
100.
What does 10 to the power of 10
The
equal?
power of 10?
Oh wait, is that? It's not a million, is it?
What does 10 to the power of 10
Oh my
equal?
gosh, I forgot how to do exponents.
1 billion. 1 trillion.
Too
100
high.
million.
Too low.
What?
10 billion.
10 billion?
You're correct.
Oh my God.
Who was the author of the novel The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe?
C.S. Lewis.
Correct.
Yes.
L.S. Lewis.
Alice Lewis.
God,
Who
but-
painted the ceiling in the Sistine Chapel?
Da Vinci.
Van Gogh.
Da Vinci.
Wait, was it?
Incorrect.
Michelangelo.
Correct.
Michelangelo.
In a website browser address bar, what does www
World Wide
stand
Web.
for? Whoa.
Let's go. Bring it
Oh my
on.
God, you were there when the internet was invented.
Stop
In
it.
Greek mythology, who had snakes for hair?
Medusa.
Woo!
How do you calculate density?
Oh,
Bro, I got no idea. Next, pass.
Lily Collins is the daughter of which English musician?
Phil Collins?
Phil Collins.
Correct. I didn't know. The first vaccine was for which disease?
Polio? No, smallpox?
Correct.
Yeah.
Get it.
Science.
What is the name of the city that SpongeBob SquarePants lives in?
Bikini Bottom.
Correct. What is the sun mostly made up of?
Fire. Gas.
A type of gas, sure.
It's
Methane.
why did my brain say helium? It's not
Methane, helium, petroleum,
carbon.
methyl helium.
Oh my God. It's the same reason why that blimp exploded.
Helium gas.
Wait,
I got no idea.
I have no idea.
Okay, you got it wrong. It was hydrogen. What is the calm center part of a hurricane called? Never mind, you're out of time.
Oh my God, the eye.
Already?
The eye.
It's the eye.
Sorry, it does not count. We are out of
You,
time.
oh my God, you made social
You are-
commentary about my age as you were asking the question.
you are-
took away.
You are out of time in two ways. So we must end this segment.
God.
All right.
All right.
11, okay.
How many we get?
11.
We got 11, which is
11.
not bad, which was
True.
not the worst. I don't even remember. How do you calculate density?
I used to remember.
I
don't-
mean, there's a reason I'm not in science. On that note,
on that note,
we're gonna wrap up the show.
Okay.
I know you got to run. You got a busy day ahead of you. So thank you for making time and joining us on this show.
of course.
Anything you want to say to your fans or our listeners here?
I'm gonna look straight at this camera.
Do it.
Hello. Yes, it's Alexa. I hope you guys enjoy the new EP that dropped, Decoherence. Please show lots of love to all the songs on the album and the instrumental versions. I hope to see some covers from you guys. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And please show some love to the Revolution stages that are going on during promotions. And I hope to see you guys in the near future when things clear up. But until then, stay happy, healthy, wear a mask, and drink water. Social distance, yeah.
Yes. All right. You heard it from the lady herself,
The
Miss
lady.
Queen Alexa.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, Alexa. You guys, please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review to this podcast on whatever platform you're listening from, yeah? And you can find video on youtube.com/dive studios or /dive pods for the full episodes. What is this mountain going by our studio right
So I was
now?
gonna say, why are you suddenly British?
I don't know. I don't really quite know. It's a really
Okay, that's
poor
fun.
accent, but you know what? Every once in a while, I'll just go into them. Alexa, congratulations on the EP. And you guys, please be sure to check out How Did I Get Here with Alexa and Jay on the Dive Studio Network. And please consider becoming a patron of ours at patreon.com/dive studios because we appreciate your support. And if you missed out on the drop of the collection because it sold out twice, I'm sorry. You got to stay tuned. Go to Dive Collection on Instagram to stay tuned or sign up on your email. Anyways, everybody, have a great day, night, study session,
Afternoon.
driving session,
Tea session.
whatever you may be doing. Be
Yes.
happy, be healthy, wear a mask. Love you guys. And vote. Oh my God. Wait, this is so important. Vote.
Vote
Vote.
is important.
Vote. And I voted for Joe Biden. I'm gonna make it very clear. I need you to vote. I can't say for who, but I voted for Joe Biden. I'm just saying that. Okay.
Vote. It's yes, please. It is important. So
Please vote. I swear to God.
he's
Please.
he's like, swear to
Vote.
God, gotta vote.
Okay, you need to go. Vote. Bye.
Bye.
outro. Thank you for listening to K-pop debug with Eric Nam.